comments at the end, if that would work. So hello all, my name is Habiballa Bakhit, and I am a content writer on Medium. I've been writing on Medium since July 2019, and my content basically varies from short stories to personal stories, poems, flash fiction, and sometimes I dabble in self-improvement and productivity as well. Hence today's talk. A little bit of a background about myself. I am from Sudan, but currently living in England. I'm currently doing my Master of Arts in Creative Writing. However, my background is in information technology. I did my bachelor's degree in Management Information Systems in the Emirates. And I also have a Master of Science from the University of Aberdeen up in Scotland. And before moving to England, I was living in Turkey for a year and a half. So I've had my fair share of richness, I suppose, in my life, and that's where it inspires me in my writing, basically. However, the aspect of my life that inspired this article has been with me since birth, and I didn't understand its true value until basically lockdown hit and the world shut down. And it's basically how Muslims structure their day. I have quarantined with my family in Istanbul, and like everyone else in the world, my mind was a bit of a mess. And I saw so many people trying to make sense of what's happening and come up with different formulas to structure their day. And try to cope with quarantine and try to cope with working from home and just organize the day so that they have time for work and some time for themselves and some time for family as well. And a lot of the time, the formula would include something like exercise, something like cooking, and of course, meditation to take care of our mental health. And I realized that I might be sitting on something very valuable, and that if I share it on Medium, then maybe it will help someone out there. And it's basically how Muslims structure the day. So I came up with a versatile program, I suppose, and it basically structures the day into 5 chunks. It structures the day into 5 chunks. So if I give you a background, Muslims pray 5 times a day, and this is how we keep track of time. Prayers are used kind of like as a scaffolding for the day, when to wake up, when to have lunch, and I don't know, when to have Shai al-Maghrib for some people who are from Sudan here. We have an evening prayer or like a sunset prayer, and that's when we have like a social gathering for the family, I suppose. So they serve a great value for Muslims. They're kind of like pillars for the day, and we hold on to them to keep our day going as smoothly as possible. So today I will not actually be talking about the mechanics of Islamic prayers, but rather of how to adapt the structure of the day and substitute prayers with something that will be of value to you. And in the article I wrote, I suggested that meditation could perhaps substitute prayers, because at the end of the day, praying, the ritual of praying, is a form of meditation. For us Muslims, it's about 2 to 5 minutes a day, sometimes it go up to 10 minutes a day, where we really just shut off work and life and all of that, and have a few moments with ourselves and with God, and and try to recenter ourselves. And so it is a meditative state of being. And when done right, it is very calming, and it serves as what I like to call small resets throughout the day. So if somebody were to adopt the same structure and slot in small meditation session throughout the day, or breathing exercises even, this is what the structure would look like. If I can maybe share the screen. There we go. Can you see what's coming up on the screen? Yes, you can. Okay, so basically, the model structures the day into 5 chunks, and the first chunk of the day starts at basically 5 a.m. and it goes on to 1 p.m. That's when Muslims really wake up. We start our day at sunrise, we pray, and then we go back to, yes, of course I can zoom in. There we go. So the model, I called it 24 hours in 5 chunks. And the first chunk of the day is from 5 a.m. to about midday. And it's where basically you can start the day with a 5 to 10 minute meditation session. And then you move on to work, basically, breakfast and work. And this is where you are producing your best, or you're being more productive. And then you can have a small reset around midday, where again you would have a 2 to 5 minute breathing exercise to just maybe reflect on the work that you did, or reflect on the past 8 hours that you were awake, and maybe have lunch and then continue with the next part of the day. And this is where I like to maybe learn something new, or this is where I like to do some research for some articles that I'm writing, or some research for a novel that I'm writing at the moment, or something like that. And then you move on to, and then you have a small reset, which is at about late afternoon. It doesn't have to be, of course, I'm saying like 5 p.m. and all that, just to have a structure. It can be something else, of course. So at about late afternoon, you'd be practicing a hobby, or I don't know, having some snacks or anything. Maybe starting up a new project that you would like to, a new venture that you would like to start. And then you will have another small reset in the day at around sunset time. And that's when you would do your socializing. This is the part I struggled the most with during quarantine, because usually when I'm stressed, I just go and I don't know, I find my own little hole and I just sit in it. But by having this structure in the day, I kind of forced myself to maybe reach out to a friend or a family member, or I don't know, just try to socialize as much as possible. And then you'll have dinner with friends and family, connect, and then you'll have a final reset of the day. And this is where you start winding down, really, and getting ready for bed, and maybe even reflecting on the day, setting goals for the next day, see what you achieved and what you did and what you didn't achieve, and then just set some goals for the next day. So yeah, this is really the model that I came up with, and this is just a 2D model, really, for anyone who wants to adopt it. And if I can just stop sharing here. So of course, it's the chunks are the reason why I call it a versatile model is because the chunks are kind of interchangeable, and a lot of people don't really like having the same routine every single day. So this allows them to have, or allows you to have a more of a interchangeable chunk of the day. So you can slot in, for example, people like to have exercise in the morning rather than in the evening. For me, I like to exercise at night, right before I sleep. But for some other person, they can exercise at the beginning of the day. So it's really a versatile and I call it like Lego pieces type of model. And as long as you give each part of your day to, as long as you give your attention to your mental health, your physical health, and your emotional health, then then you can have a successful day, I think. And with these really small resets throughout the day, you're giving yourself the chance to connect with yourself and center yourself and ground yourself and see where you are in the day and where you want to be. So yeah, it makes you more productive. It certainly made me more productive when I was following it. So yeah, perhaps if you adopt some of the practices during the day, then you can have a more holistic structure. And some people reached out to me after I published the article through Twitter DMs, because really people can't connect on Medium apart from like comments and stuff. But people reached out to me in the DMs in Twitter, and they said it actually did help them, even if not having 5 resets during the day. Some people had just 4 or 3 resets during the day, and it really helped. And I used to, for example, one of the things that I substituted was I used to follow a meditation session with Jay Shetty every single day for like for maybe like for I think it was 30 minutes meditation during the evening session. But yeah, anyone can do anything. There are so many types of meditations out there. I think there was a session actually about it today, or will be coming up. So you can really learn from that and tailor it to your own liking. So yeah, thank you so much for joining, and I hope this gives you some inspiration somehow to add a little bit of a structure to the day. And if you have any feedback or maybe developments, I would love to see them in the chat. Let me see. The screenshot that I shared is basically on Medium. It's on the full article, and you can reach out to me and maybe I can send it to you personally if you like. But let me just post my Medium profile, and you will find it pinned at the top. There you go. Yeah, it also forces you to get up and stretch instead of sitting at the desk all day. That's very true. Muhammad Khan, I don't know. Rachel, thank you. I really like this idea. You're most welcome, Rachel, and you can always tailor it to your liking. That's true. Yes, every single section of the day is sectioned. So yeah, these are all of the comments so far. Thank you so much for coming in. Someone asked about my email. I have LinkedIn, and this is my email as well, if you'd like to. What time would you go to bed to rise at 5? For me, I only need about 7-ish hours of sleep a day, but really it's around maybe 9 or 10. You would go to bed at night. Um, Maybe after the night meditation session, you would do that. It really depends on how many hours a day, how many hours do you need to sleep for you to function properly the next day. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Okay, thank you, Rachel. I'm also on Twitter as if you'd like to connect on Twitter. Okay, so I think these are all the questions and comments. Thank you for whoever joined in. And for the support. Thank you so much. Lovely to see your names. As always, if you have any questions, you can send them to me privately. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the day, the rest of the sessions. And see you.